Hi. So, I just figured I would do a get to know me better questionnaire thing out of my unicorn spiral. And the first question is, what's one thing that's happened to you that has made you a stronger person? And I would say it would be the fact that I was in a very abusive relationship, and I am also a recovering drug addict. Everything I went through to do with my drug addiction and to do with my ex relationship, with the boys' dad, the abusive relationship, it changed me and shaped me into the person I am today. But I would say it changed me for the better. I just used to get really mad and I wasn't a very nice person to be around, but now I'm a lot calmer and I don't get as mad as easy and all that stuff. Number 2 is, what's one thing that happened to you in your life that made you weak? I would say when I was growing up, I was sexually abused once by my dad's best friend, and then my cousin sexually abused me when I was 3 to 6, when I lived with my grandma. And then when I was 12 to 14, I think, by my grandpa. He used to get me drunk and do things to me. And I would say those things made me weak. Yeah. And then number 3 is, where is one place you feel yourself? At home. Always. At home, I can be myself. It's my house. Like, I'm the adult. I'm the one in charge. I'm the one that makes the rules. So I can be completely who I am, and I'm completely myself in front of my children. And we're all goofy and everything. So yeah. And then number 4 is, where's your favorite place to escape to? And my favorite place to escape to would be the woods. The forest, the mountains, the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, where you can't see a single person, like where my parents live. They live in the middle of nowhere. They have a lot of land, and I love to go out there and explore, and especially when I'm not in a good headspace, that's my escape. I go out to my parents' house, and I go in the woods, and it helps me a lot. And then in my therapy also, like, the woods are also my safe place that I've made in my head. Because I do MDR therapy before my PTSD. To go along with my PTSD is all about, like, my sexual assault, my sexual abuse and stuff growing up. And then number 5 says, who do you think has had the largest influence on the person you are today? I would say my ex. Because if he didn't beat the shit out of me and wasn't so mean to me all the time, I wouldn't have changed. I wouldn't have changed for the better. I wouldn't be the person I am today if that didn't happen to me. Like, I know it's ironic, saying that because I was in an abusive relationship, I'm a better person. But the truth is, because I was in an abusive relationship and I got the shit beat out of me all the time, and I was very controlled and everything, I am the person I am today, and it made me a better person. Okay, and then 6 says, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Honestly, I want a bigger butt. I want to get a BBL done. And I would love not to be fat, like not to weigh 103 pounds, or I mean 203 pounds. I would love to be back down to 130, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Number 7, if you had one day to live, what would you do first? Probably tell my kids how much I love them and how much they mean to me. What? Go play. I'll be out there in a little bit. Go play. And number 8 says, what decade do you feel like you belong in? Honestly, like the 80s. All the fun colors and everything, except for I would mainly wear black with a lot of bright colors over it. And then I've also just been told by like people in my life that I should have been born in the 80s and raised in the 80s, but just because I guess my personality and things that I like and everything. And number 9 says, who are you closest to in your family and why? That would be my mother. Why? I really don't know. Like, our relationship is a lot different than it used to be. Before I was a drug addict and before I was in an abusive relationship, me and my mom couldn't be in a room together very long without fighting or bickering or pissing each other off. And now she's like my best friend. I go to my mom for everything, really. And number 10, who is the one person in this world that knows you the best? Probably my best friend. Either Nakana or Dylan. Nakana is my best friend / sister. We've been friends since elementary school. And Dylan and me have been best friends since we were 13. Them two know me better than anybody. Okay, number 11. What is your favorite quality about your best friend? Favorite quality about Nakano would be she's very smart when it comes to vehicles. And she's also just a very loving and like protective person of who she cares about. And then my favorite quality about Dylan would be his singing. I love listening to him play the guitar and sing. And he loves to fix up old vehicles and stuff, and that's another one of my favorite qualities about him. 12 is, when you were younger, what did you think you were going to grow up to be? When I was like 5 or 6, I wanted to be a singer, but I cannot sing. I suck at singing. And then after that, honestly, I just wanted to be a mom. I did. Like my pre-K or kindergarten teacher wrote on a piece of paper like what I did every day in school, like when we had free time and we're able to just, play. I was always in the kitchen with all of my little babies. I had like 7 babies, and I was cooking and cleaning, and my best friend, when she was deaf, was my husband. So, yeah. When I was in little, like, pre-K and kindergarten, my best friend was a deaf boy. But, yeah. And then I moved a lot when I was little, so I don't really remember him. And then 13, if you could identify with one fiction character, who would it be? Like movies, books, or shows. Let me think. Honestly, it would probably be Harley Quinn. I know a lot of girls say that, but it's not for the same reason. I grew up loving Harley Quinn, but also because I have a side to me that's kind of like Harley Quinn. That's why I could identify with her. And then number 14 is, do you easily accept compliments or do you hate them? Honestly, I do not accept compliments very easily. I always say thank you or thanks, but I really don't like compliments because, I don't know, I just don't like them for some reason. And then 15 is your favorite, what's your favorite attribute about yourself, physical or non-physical? It would probably have to be the fact that I really don't care what anyone thinks about me. Like, I am who I am, and see what you get kind of thing. I am myself, and I'm never going to change for anybody. And I really don't care what anyone thinks about me. I just love the fact that my parents raised me to be like that, and it's just a part of who I am now. And number 16 is, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? The craziest thing I've ever done, I cannot say. It has to do with adult stuff, but adult time, anyways. But other than that, the craziest thing I've ever done is probably standing out of a sunroof. Why the car was going down the road. I've always wanted to do that, and I finally did, and it was so freeing and like just peaceful and beautiful, like the trees and everything, and the wind's blowing, and you kind of feel like you're flying. But that's probably, I don't know, the craziest thing I've ever done, other than the other thing I can't say on here. 17, what is home to you? To me, home is where you can be yourself, where you're most comfortable, and it could be like place, or home could even be like a person where you feel the safest and the most comfortable, and where you can, like, who you can be yourself around. Home isn't necessarily a object or a place. It could be a lot of different things. And then 18, 18, how do you define love? How do I define love? That's a tough question. It could be a lot of different ways, like just the little things, and just showing somebody that you truly care about them, and that you would love them, that you love them, and that you would do anything for them and anything to be with them, and no matter what, you wouldn't go anywhere, and that you would always have their back. To me, that's what love is. 19, would you rather live in the city or in the woods, and why? Honestly, I'd rather live in the woods. I don't like people. I don't like loud noises. I don't like listening to cars and traffic all the time. And being in the city, I can't calm myself and like connect myself to nature in the city because there's too much concrete. Even when you go to a park, there's still concrete and people and noises. But in the woods, you hear the birds chirping, you can hear the grasshoppers, there's a bunch of trees around and nature, and there's no concrete really. So I would rather live in the woods. And then number 20 is, what's something from your childhood that has shaped you into who you are? I've kind of already answered that question. That would be the sexual abuse in my childhood that shaped me into who I am today. Because predators think that they're not harming you and that they're not harming your future and you won't remember and it won't have any problem or cause any problems in your life when you're grown. And honestly, what they don't realize, what predators do not understand, is that what they do to you is with you for the rest of your life. And usually you can't forget and you have flashbacks and it affects your alone time with your partner and it affects how you react to certain things and just like nightmares, because I have nightmares from it and flashbacks and stuff, and it sucks, and I'm on meds and I'm in MDR therapy from it and everything. Like, they don't realize how much that actually affects you when you're grown. You don't forget. And I can't remember a lot of my childhood because of the bad things that happened to me. And then number 21 is, if you had to get another tattoo, what would it be and why? My broken angel wings on my back. Because I've always said I'm a broken soul. Like, I'm a broken angel. I am a broken soul. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in heaven, and I don't really believe in hell. But my soul is broken, and I do believe in souls, and I'm very spiritual. Well, that's all the questions. I'll see y'all later.